Hello, Grant Gamers. How are you? Welcome. Thank you so much for being here with me today. If you're not live here with us on TikTok, girl, where you at? Quit tripping and come on, girl. Find us on the Black Women in Grants page on TikTok. Okay, let me let TikTok do its thing. Get y'all in here. Come in. Say hello. Let's rap a little bit about you and your business and finding you some grants for your Black woman-owned small business. Hello, Jen Gard. How are you? Y'all come in, say hello, and let's talk about your business. The business that you could see winning grants. If you can hear me, tell me about your business real quick. What do you do in the business that you could see yourself winning a grant for? Let me know. If you are new here, let me know you're new here. Welcome. I'm Dr. AJ Austin, creator of this page, as well as the mentorship we have over at blackwomeningrants.com. Hold on one second. Let me get my little baby Baperda by my side, and I feel like I'm doing something so I can see y'all's comments, talk to y'all. Welcome. So this is for Black women, for-profit, small business owners who are seeking grants for their Black woman-owned for-profit small business. If you feel like that's you, let me know in the chat. I want to hear about your business, and I want to know that you are indeed a Black woman, for-profit, small business owner. Welcome. So I got a little secret to share with y'all today from my list that we've been talking through about the top things that should be on every small business grant application. And I wanted to come on and share one of the secrets with you, those of you who are sharing. But first, tell me about your business. Hey, Nessa. So we're saying hello if we're new here. Let me welcome you properly. And we are also telling me about your business. What's the business that you own or that you will own? Like it's a startup right now, but you're gonna launch it and put it out there, and you can see yourself winning a grant for it. I know we're on a small delay with TikTok, so I want to give you time to type. So y'all chat with me in the comments. Now keep in mind, I charge for my conversations. I charge for my workshops like these, but I'm here to give back to you, to pour into your business, to surround you with like-minded women talking about finding funding for their business. So chat with me in the chat, if you will, and let's get your questions answered. Deal? So really quick, in the comments, in as much space as TikTok will allow, let me know, what is the business that you're either going to start one day or you've already started and you can see yourself winning a grant for it? AKA, what do you do? Or what will you do? Y'all talk to me real quick. If you are new here, welcome. I'm Dr. AJ Austin, winner of $63,000 in grants and grant-funded opportunities. Hey, Shay Love, how are you? Welcome back. So we are chatting about your business right now, just giving y'all a chance to share with me what you could see yourself, what business it is that you run that you can see yourself winning a grant for. So put that in the chat. Hello, Marcus73. So be quick. I know y'all probably multitasking and got other stuff going on, but I'm fresh off a nap, got a little energy, wanted to jump on and talk to those of you who could really see grants being a part of your business. Tell me about your business really quick. Who will be first to win this round? Let me see. Nursing school. Okay. Do you have a business that is going to be your business, or what is the business that you're trying to get grants for? Orangix Lash Shampoo for Minx Lashes. Was that the organic lash shampoo, Shay? Am I remembering it correctly? I was watching a TikTok yesterday that said people who do lashes, I think it's in the state of Georgia, got to be certified now or something like that. Girl, I be in all the tea. I don't need lashes. I don't wear lashes. I don't know nothing about that, but I love some good tea now. So I was just listening to the rules and regulations of an industry, and I'm like, oh, let's see what's going to happen. First they was on the veneer technicians, now they on the lash techs, child. So I had my ear to the tea. Who else is a black woman, for-profit small business owner in the house and want to tell me about your business? Because I want to tell you some secrets to applying for grants for your business. But are you guys, let me know if you meet any of this. Are you black? Tell me in the chat. Are you a woman? Question mark. Are you a for-profit small business owner? Are you based in the United States of America? Do you own at least 51% of your business? Are you over the age of 18? Hello? These are the qualifications that many grants are going to ask that you meet. So I want to make sure I'm sharing the right information with the right people who need it, okay? It says, yes, a lot of states you have to have certification. Cool. Shay says, I don't do lashes. LOL. Yeah, I know. I don't know why stuff be popping up on my channel, child. I ain't in these industries either. I'm just nosy. You provide the lash wash for the lashes. I'm sure they appreciate it. I heard they be itching and little bugs be on them, and you got to take care. Girl, I be listening. I be paying attention. Body Care Products says Vanessa. Now, I know there's a Nessa and there's a Vanessa. Are y'all the same person? Body Care Products, sugar scrubs, lip balms, and sugar scrubs. Beard balms and oils. Oh, I've never heard of a beard balm. Okay, is it like a moisturizer or like a cleanser? The Digital Layla. What about a started up business? Yeah, y'all are supposed to be telling me about your businesses in the chat. What's the business that you are gonna run one day as a startup? Or what's the business you're currently running? My bad. If I skip that, forgive me, my brain is still in nap mode. So work with me, okay? Vanessa says yes to all of your questions. Miss Vetta Boo has a jewelry and an online boutique. Cool. So who here needs a grant? Okay, not the same person. Cool. Just make sure I'm having one conversation with one person. The beard balm is a moisturizing balm. Okay. Love it. Anyone here seeking grants for their business? Has anyone started looking for grants for their business? Mobile phlebotomy. Have you been here before with us, the Digital Layla? I feel like I've seen someone with that type of business before. Was it you? Y'all started looking for grants? Okay. Did you find anything, Miss Vetta? Y'all let me know. Have y'all started looking for grants for your business? Also, if you were to win a grant today, what would you use that grant for in your business? Vanessa said she started looking. Okay. You've passed through, never interact. Okay. Well, we glad you here interacting on today. So if you won a grant today for your business, what would you use it for? Marketing, website, products. Okay. What else? I will use it to help with the product that I need and marketing. What product do you need? You gonna tell us, or is it a secret? Did I miss a comment? Let me know now. I'm trying to follow the conversation. I would stock up. Oh, marketing and products. I would stock up on products that and look for a small place to sell, like a small shop to start off. That's a good idea, Vanessa. Okay. Start my bed and breakfast supplies. Got it. Also, get back to my community. Of course, Shay Love. You know how to play the game. You know how this works, girl. Reliable transportation to get to my clients. Okay. What else y'all need a grant for in your black owned, woman owned, for profit small business? Let me know. You don't know where to look for the grants? Okay. We can talk about it. So, if you're looking for grants, and if you know a little bit about how you use a grant, you can go to Google and type in grants for small business. Have y'all done that yet? Anybody tried that trick? You have not, with a question mark. Sounds like you are, exclamation mark. Sound like you're excited to try it, classy. Y'all haven't tried that yet? It's real simple. Now, you're going to find millions of results. You're going to have to pick them one by one and see which ones are legit and who about to scam you. But, yeah, that's the easiest way to find them if you're looking. Marcus say I need furniture, fridge, stove. So never say you don't know where to look, because, child, where do we always look when we want information? The easiest place to turn. Now, over at blackwomeningrants.com, I have a list of grants for your black woman-owned for-profit small business. And our lists are curated, and they are legit opportunities specifically for black women, for-profit small business owners. You don't have to guess if they're scams or legit. I know some of the winners. I've won some of them. We're applying to all of them there. We've collectively won over $181,000 in these grants. And the grants come looking for us, child. So that's how you're supposed to do it. With help, with accountability, in community. Classy says, I'm excited. This is my dream and I want access. Oh, I want acres, my bad. To plant my own gardens. Love it. Sounds so peaceful and beautiful. Spacious, quiet. Miss Yetta says, one yesterday asked for money, so they look for me. Oh. Well, what do you think? You gonna pay him, girl? Let me know how that go. That sounds suspicious. That sounds weird. The digital says, the ones that come up, they're asking for money to apply. My website is blackwomeningrants.com. If that's what you were talking about, classy. Let me know. Make sure I give you the right information. The digital Layla says the ones that come up there asking for money. Yeah, so you'll see grants, especially from like smaller grants, like 500. The ones I've seen that charge are usually in the 500 range. Maybe 1,500. Like I applied for one. It had a $35 application fee, and I did win $1,500. And then they sent me access to additional $12,000 in prizes. But I knew the lady because I had been following her and a fan of her work. And so I trusted, that it was safe to pay. And so that's what I always tell ladies when you see those application fees and you're wondering, should I pay, or what we call pay to play? You have to ask yourself, do you feel safe doing that? So do your research on the company. Make sure they select grant winners with that money, that get that money, and then make the decision. It's up to you. But yes, some grants can charge. It doesn't mean that they're legit. It doesn't mean that you're going to win. So you have to, she said, girl, no. Yeah, sometimes they'll ask. So you got to be ready. Y'all want me to tell you one thing that as you start to apply for these grant applications that should be on your grant application? My website is blackwomeningrants.com. There are 300 mentees there who are in our program. And then I'm on here with you guys 3 times a week, usually Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then I do pop-ups when I want to, like now. So this is your time to interact with me live, ask me specific questions from grant applications. come here as a community, meet new people that's going to join us in the mentorship today. Oh, there's a scholarship there that's available for two of you today. Let you get in for only $97 into the mentorship versus the $997 that is the regular price. So it is a year-long mentorship, $97, one-time payment, year-long access, and we'll talk about some of the stuff in the program, like being here with me during the lives. As long as your notifications are on or you add us to your calendar, you can come in and talk live and get your questions answered specifically to the program itself or applications that you're considering submitting, and you have questions about the questions on the applications for grants, etc. So, Classy says when it comes to the prepare for that grant application, you have to pick your battles and do your research. You definitely have to do your research. Even if it's a legit grant opportunity, you got to do your research. It's important to know. Hello, Chef B. Welcome back. Glad to have you, girl. Good to see you. So yeah, even with legit grant opportunities, we do something called read the rules, restrictions, and regulations. And they're going to tell you everything you need to know about helping you to make a decision to move forward, whether or not this is for you. Majority of the grants out there, like I've only seen 4 grants out of $500,000 in applications that I have out currently, and $63,000 that I've won. I've only seen 4 that require application fee, and you don't have to apply to those with the fee. You can just go find one that doesn't have a fee and keep it moving. Don't let that like wreck your brain and be like, no, because they about to scam me. Because you can get scammed on a free grant. Just saying. Shafran says, I'm still working on my business plan. Can you still with a grant without it? Yeah, most grants don't ask for a business plan. They may ask for parts of your business plan, like your marketing plan, your sales plan, your business model for how you make money or will make money. They may ask about your target audience, and that's pretty much it. Most of it's centered around what you do, who you do it for, why you do it, why they should care, why you should get the grant, how your business aligns with what they're giving the grant funding for. So, yeah, don't let the fact that you don't have a 50-page business plan hold you up from applying. I've only seen one grant out of all the grants I've applied to. And again, I have applied to over $500,000 in grants. Only one grant has asked for a business plan. And that makes sense because it was through an association for people with businesses as far as they actually teach you how to build your business. So that made sense for them. But everybody else, girl, who gonna read all that? That's a lot of pages. Times, 100 plus people applying for the same grant. So keep that in mind. What other questions do you guys have? I'm happy to answer any of our mentees on here who have questions about our mentorship program. Let me know if you are on a specific page in the book. Let me know. If you're new here, say hey. Let me tell you who I am. I'm Dr. AJ Austin, creator of this page. Make sure you follow. Turn your notifications on to get a pop-up and an invite for when we go live here. Come interact with us live as a crew. We also have a mentorship over at blackwomeningrants.com. And this here, me being live with you, gives you a chance as a mentee, as a future mentee, to ask questions specifically about the program and where you are in the program, about grant applications that you have waiting to be submitted, but you maybe need help working through one of the questions or so. So I'm here for it. The grant processing time for the last person who won a grant in our mentorship, her name is Ashley Rankin. I think she's on a flight right now. She could pop in. She popped in on our last live. She won the $10,000 L'Oreal 2024 Inclusive Beauty Grant. And from start to finish, it was about, well, not start to finish, but start to finding out she won. It was about a 90-day process. She joined our program late last year, or August last year, and then she dove in and learned the mentorship model. We have a funding model that we teach that walks you through the stages of applying for grants, what to say, what not to say, and then she did it straight for 90 days, and that's when she found out she won $10,000. She won more in the process. She won a $500 scholarship to join a business membership program that has other grant funded opportunities built into it. Like they have a $10,000 small business pitch competition. They have a competition that I just won from that program where I was selected as Entrepreneur of the Year and got a shopping spree from Office Depot and some other prizes worth a couple $1,000s. They have other contests and giveaways. I got office furniture, a desk, a chair, a filing cabinet, journal, pens, sticky notes, markers, magnets, you name it. They delivered it to my front door, UPS style, 2 separate times deliveries I had to sign for. So she won that scholarship as well. And she won a $3,500 scholarship from a business training and development program funded by Bank of America. So we win grants, the actual checks, and we win grant-funded opportunities like scholarships for these programs and contests and giveaways and small business pitch competitions and sponsorships, partnerships, subsidies, bursaries, you name it. So hopefully that brings a little clarity when you commit to a process that actually works and walks you through how to win grants, not just talking about it, not just learning about it forever, but actually going out and doing the work. You can expect about a 90-day time frame from the time you find out about a grant, submit your application. The applications close. They open them for a minimum of like 30 days. You get your application in, then the deadline hits. They close the applications. They deliberate where they look through all the applications. So that's why I say don't let the fact that you don't have a full business plan stop you, because if you got 400 people applying for a grant, those are 400 applications, much less everybody submitting 20, 30, 40, 50-page business plans. They're not going to read that. So that would just make the process longer. But they already have a time frame. If you read like their official rules of the grant, you'll see that they give you application open dates, application close dates, deliberation dates, which is usually about 30 days as well. And then they'll let the winners know who won secretly first, usually via email. They may do an interview with the winners, talking to them about how it feels to win. Or they may, in my case, they've asked for like videos about what the grant will allow you to do for your business so that they can share that when they announce it publicly. And then that final stage, before you get your check, they usually send out a press release to the world announcing their winners. They post it on their websites, their social medias, and then they send out email newsletters to their list of thousands and tens of thousands of people. So that's usually the process. That's been my experience for all $63,000 that I've won. That's what Ashley's going through right now with her recent win. She just won a couple days ago for the 10K from L'Oreal. They selected 40 businesses to give $10,000 to. And she's one of the businesses. And so that also should factor in, if you're the only winner, the process could be quicker. But if there are others who won as well, there's a whole team behind that production of getting everybody recognized, getting their paperwork, getting their tax stuff, and making sure that all is clear on that end, all businesses are safe, and due diligence has been done, that you are who you say you are, etc. And then one by one, making sure that, everybody got paid. You see what I'm saying? So minimum of 90 days. So if you're in a position where you have a business and you're like, I got to win a grant to keep it afloat. I don't know what I'm going to do if I don't win. I got to win. I'm going to go broke. I'm going to go bankrupt. Grants are not a get rich quick, get paid quick. Let me go win this money real quick. Ain't nothing quick about a grant at all. If anything, they can extend the process when they do stuff like saying, oh, we know we were supposed to close the grant application on this date, but we've decided, and we can do that because we're writing the check, to extend for another week to give a few hundred more people the opportunity to apply for their grants. So it's all dependent on the grant. But to start off, look on their website, read their official rules, restrictions, and regulations in what we call their terms and conditions, and see what their time frame is, and then set your time frame. Your only job, your only goal is to get your application in before they close the applications. Or you'll be waiting till the next time they open, which could be next month if they're a monthly grant, next quarter, or next year. So I have waited a year on one grant that we're supposed to hear back from next week. And so I'm excited about that. And I purposefully waited a year because I'm like, okay, we'll be better prepared this time next year. So you can set that as your goal as well. So hopefully this is helping, making sense, giving you some clarity. Any other questions? Anyone having any ahas or takeaways or any questions specific to grants or the grant finding and applying process? If you're new here, say new here. Say hey. I am Dr. AJ Austin, creator of this space. Excited to be here, sharing what I know as a $63,000 grant winner and creator of the mentorship over at blackwomeningrants.com, where we have over 300 of you guys in the program. Some of you guys come join me here and get your questions answered live about the grant process and where you are in it. And I'm happy to help you navigate it. Are there any questions? Okay, so let me share a quick secret with you guys and then I'll hop off. I put together a list of things that every grant application should have when you answer the questions on a grant application, even if they don't ask. Y'all want to know that secret? Put number 1 in the chat. Let me see if this is the right crowd to share this secret with. Now, I have an original list of 10, but I just wanted to give one little tip here today as to one thing you should be considering when you fill out your small business grant application. So we've done a countdown from 10. We're on number 4. So if you want to hear 3, 2, and 1, make sure you come back for our future lives. If you want to hear 5, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, join us in the mentorship over at blackwomeningrants.com, where you get the replays of all of our TikToks. Number 4 on our list is all about your mission, your vision, and your values. Does anyone here have a mission statement? If so, put it in the chat real quick. And if you run out of space, it's too long. What is your mission? What is your statement of, here's why my business currently exists? Because that's what a grant is going to want to know. Like, what is the purpose of your business? What problem do you solve? What do you aim to do? Who do you aim or intend to help? What is that thing that is keeping your business up and running? If you guys need an example, put example. I'm happy to give you the example of Black Women in Grants and what our mission is, what we do. So when it comes to your mission or your mission statement, your vision or your vision statement, your values within your company. Hello, Ashley Rankin. We were just talking about you. Did you land safely, girl? Or are you camped out at the airport like so many people over here? So your business mission, vision, and values is all about what you and your company stands for. It's what you value. Yay! Your value also gets into your beliefs as a company. So for us, I have 2 companies. And one, I train Black Christian women to become certified life coaches. So one of our beliefs is Christianity as a company. And so people know that when they come work with us. So who here has your mission statement or your vision statement or you can throw out a value or a belief that you have as a company, because this is important to feature on your small business grant application along with the problem you solve. It shows your commitment to succeeding in your industry and how you'll do it, because you're standing on the principles of your mission, vision, values, and beliefs. Does anybody want an example? Put example. If you have no clue what your mission, vision, values, or beliefs are, let me know. Does anyone need an example? Or do you have your mission statement already? This is one of the key things that should be included on your small business grant applications. Let me know. Hello, is anyone there? Am I talking to the right people? Can y'all hear me? If you need an example of what a mission statement is, put example in the chat. Journey 51, where you at? Demetrius, I see you. Mellow Mossy, Patricia. Let me know. Example, please, because I'm brainstorming. Okay. So, Black Women in Grants. We're here to help Black women find and apply for grants for their Black woman-owned for-profit small business with confidence. Period. That's the mission that we're on. Your mission could also sound like a movement, because it's going to require multiple people. So that's the mission, to help Black women find and apply for grants and grant-funded opportunities with confidence. That's a mission statement. The vision is seeing. Mission is where you're going. So you got to be able to answer that question of where is your company going? Where we're going to help Black women find and apply for grants with confidence. The vision of the business is where do you see, or how do you see yourself getting there? So it could start with something like, in the next 12 months, here's how many people we will have helped based on our record of already helping this many people. It could also be, we have sold this many products, and based on those sales, we can see ourselves tripling that number and selling this many products by this time in 24 months. It could be the statement of, here's how much money we've made or we've wanted to make by this time in 3 years, which is 36 months from today. Here's how much I can see us having made. We can 10x that amount. And how I see us getting there is, we're going to host workshops. We're going to sell plates. We're going to partner with some people to do some affiliate marketing, some collaborations. We're going to add more products to our product line. We're going to ask for recommendations and referrals. We're going to simply just sell harder, show up bigger. You see how this works? What are the values? Well, we value integrity. We value transformation and helping our clients. We value honesty and authenticity. We value hard work. We value professionalism. We value customer service. We value work ethic. So far we've talked about your mission, where you're going, your vision for how you see yourself getting there, your values, kind of what are the foundational principles that keep your company running, And then your beliefs. What are your beliefs? We believe that men and women are treated equally. We believe that black people should have what white people have and every other culture on earth. We believe that men should have what women have or vice versa. We believe. Fill in the blank. Does that help? Let me know. If you have questions, now's a great time to ask. If you're here in the mentorship and you got questions about the program, the work you've done, what page you're on in the Finding Funding ebook, a question from a grant application that you're considering submitting, now is the time to ask that question. That's for you. What questions can I answer for you? Is this helping? Any ahas? Any takeaways? Are y'all there? Hello? Over at blackwomeningrants.com, we have a mentorship program called The Grant Game. And it's for black women small business owners who are seeking business grants and grant funded opportunities. And there is a special link for you to click once you get there if you want a scholarship to come get mentored around grants. And you want to join us for a whole year for only $97 versus the whole $997 regular price that it is. There are payment arrangement options available, even with the $97 scholarship price. So check that out. We have 2 opportunities that are first come, first serve. They always get got. So blackwomeningrants.com is the place to be. And in the mentorship, we have the book that I wrote called Finding Funding. And it uncovers the 25 secrets to finding and securing small business grants and grant-funded opportunities for your black woman-owned for-profit small business. So if you didn't know, there's a list of about 60 things that grants cover for businesses. And I know because I've had it covered for my business. And so I put together that list to help you get more clarity on what you could use the grant for. I know some of y'all said like marketing and buying a new car and things like that. But with grants, you got to get really creative. They got to understand the funding and how it's going to be used, like down to the T. So you got to start creating what's known as a budget for exactly where, when you win, where your funding will go. They'll say, how will you use the proposed funding? And so if you have this list of 60 expenses that grants cover, you already have chosen from the list, and you can tell a grant, hey, I'm going to use this $2,000 for this $5,000 for this $20,000 for this, and here's how I'm going to meet that. On these small business applications, for those of you who have been looking for grants and you've started filling out applications, or maybe you're considering starting soon, you'll start to see the same questions on most of the applications that are like legit grant applications for grant opportunities. There's a list of about 27 frequently asked small business grant application questions. And so we go through those in the mentorship at blackwomeningrants.com, and I show you how to answer those questions based on the ones that I've answered and gotten checks for, grant checks, scholarships, won competitions. And so I give you the templates for how I did that. You can literally just read my answers, see how I responded, put a remix on it, and know how to answer that question. Because a lot of people need help when it comes to essay writing or video essays, or just not having a panic attack like I've been known to do, filling out this information. So that's just in the book called Finding Funding. You can only find the book at blackwomeningrants.com when you come join us in the mentorship. And there's an app that you can download that will read the book to you on your phone. It's so cool. Are there any questions about what we are talking about so far? Your mission, vision, and values, your beliefs, and why it's important to feature that on your small business grant applications, in your essay answers, even if they don't ask what your mission, vision, and values are. Have you had an aha or a takeaway that you want to share? Something that you've picked up since hanging out live with us? Are you new here? This is your first time. You just jumped in mid-conversation and you're like, what y'all talking about? Let me know in the chat. I want to welcome you. I'm Dr. AJ Austin, founder of blackwomeningrants.com. And this page right here on TikTok. Make sure you follow and turn your notifications on so you know when we are live. Are there any questions? I love an engaging crowd. I get paid for my time, but I do this as a give back and an investment in your business. If you're serious about finding and applying for grants and not just sitting on the phone breathing or not just sitting here letting me talk. This ain't no podcast, child. We live. So act like we on the phone and it's your turn to talk. What you got to say? You got a question about what we've been talking about? You got a question about a grant you're considering applying to? You got a question about joining us in the mentorship over at blackwomeningrants.com, getting one of the $97 scholarships and come hanging out with us for a year? Let me know. Jen Garth says, are they for-profit, well, not non-profit? In which case business do you need to be in? So, this is for Black women for-profit small business owners. It's your choice whether your business is non-profit or for-profit. There are whole communities built for nonprofits. This one is specifically for for-profits, and the grant application process is completely different based on whether or not you're for-profit or nonprofit. I do, in the mentorship, give you the breakdown of how nonprofit grants work if you want to go explore that side. But this is for for-profits where we just submit an application versus all the work that nonprofits have to do. So hopefully that helps clear that up a little bit for you. Are the grants for startup or any particular stage? Yeah. So there are 2 stages in business. So real quick, tell me what stage you guys' business are in. Are you in the startup phase? Like your business is still an idea? It's still in your head? You're welcome. It's still on a piece of paper. It's still on your Bapruta, as my little niece used to call computers when she was little. Yep, still in the thought process, still on your phone and a string of notes on your app, string of emails. Who here is in the startup phase? Put startup in the chat. You have not started your business yet. You're in what's known as the pre-revenue phase. You haven't made money yet. Put startup in the chat because that matters what type of grant you apply to. You need to be applying for a startup grant. And as I mentioned earlier, you can go look for grants on Google for free right now during this live. And all you got to do is put in startup grants for business. And there you go. You're on your way to searching through millions of results. Anybody here in the startup phase? Journey is? Okay. Then there's the started phase. Who here has started their business? Put started in the chat. You've already started making money, started putting it out there, started letting people know, started collecting payments, started collecting testimonials, and you literally have the receipts of people paying you for this idea. You are already known for the business that you have. Who here has started a business? Denise Porter, where you at? Florida girl, Lucretia Room. Y'all talk to me. If you ain't talking, you stalking. So I'm assuming we got some stalkers and some scammers in the room with us today. Some people on here to steal some information and pass it off as their own. That's all I can come up with. I'm going to just, fill in a blank for myself. Denise, what's your business? Did you tell us? What business stage you're in? That's what we're talking about right now. Because if you have a business that you've started, you should be applying for what's known as a growth grant. And that's showing that you need help growing beyond where you've been able to get your business. Just need a little financial support, financial push, etc. Chiffon has started. Okay. So those are the 2 phases of businesses, and those are the 2 types of grants you should be looking for. So if you was paying attention, you caught that, right? Okay. The list of grants that we send you over at blackwomeningrants.com when you join us in the mentorship, they're mixed with startup and started grants, growth grants. And they have over $1.2 million on this list of grants. It's actually three lists. It's a grant database, a spreadsheet, and an actual list. And so you can go through and they'll tell you in the details for grants. This is for businesses in the startup. This is for businesses who have existed for more than 6 months or a year. That's a growth grant. So that's how that works. But we have a 12-month subscription of grants that we give you access to for a full year when you come hang out with us in the mentorship. Denise says, I like that startup for personal assistance and concierge service. Yes. What questions can I answer for you guys about that? Startup or started. There's no in between. You've either made money in your business with your one idea or you haven't. That's what a grant is going to want to know. Have you made money yet? If not, when you plan on making money? Because they want to work with an idea that will be profitable, that will be scalable, meaning making money. Excuse me. They want to know that you have a plan to grow. So when I said, tell them about your vision, that's what I mean. They want to know how you going to be making more money, how you going to be helping more people. So these are important aspects of every small business grant application. Are there any questions? So if you were to win a grant today, check in hand, how much would you need or want that check to be for from a grant? Put your total in the chat really quick. And with everything we're talking about during the live today, I dig deeper in our mentorship, giving you step-by-step walkthroughs of how to start developing what we call your small business grant-winning grant application strategy. That is for those of you who are like, I want to apply for grants, but I don't know where to start. Or I've been looking for grants, but I haven't applied for any. Or I've applied, but I haven't won yet. Or I keep getting rejected. Or I won one a minute ago, but I ain't won no more. So, yes. What dollar amount, include your commas and your zeros, do you want your grants check to be? Don't worry, I'll hold. Okay, so nobody here needs a grant. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up here, guys. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. I appreciate you being here and halfway listening, halfway responding. I'm going to go now and give you back the rest of your day. I may be back later today, or you may see me in a couple days. I'm Dr. AJ Austin. Thank y'all for being here. I'll see you soon. Bye, future grant winners.